All right, a Focus Friday in the books. A lot of good work this week. Just again talking to the guys, just capturing days, capturing these moments to work on our game, to continue to improve. With that mentality, and so the guys are up for the challenge. Went out with great energy today, and just came off the field feeling like, okay, the plan's in. A couple things to just polish up and review tomorrow, but we're excited about this weekend.
How questionable are your questionable guys? Especially I guess, Taylor Moton and Lewis.
Yeah, we had them all out of practice today. They moved around. They look great. So we're expecting all those guys to play.
Tommy, you feel like Tommy's made enough progress that he can play on?
He looked great. He looked great running around, was confident, looked great in the blocking, the route schemes, all that stuff. So really excited to get Tommy back out there to help us.
What does he add, just having him back out there?
Yeah, just the versatility. You can play him in line, you can split him out. Some of the things that we call upon from our tight ends, that versatile nature that we're looking for. So really excited to getting him back into the fold, as we build the core of what we're doing.
When a punter has like a back issue,
Yeah.
I know you rely on the players to ask them like, hey, how are you feeling? You know your body better than we do, but
Right.
What do you look at when saying, okay, he's good to go for Sunday?
The kicks. He kicked today. He looked great. He placed them inside the 5 just like he always did. Had good power, so we really just have to kind of go off of what we saw today. So he had a great day.
With Raheem Blackshear obviously being out for a couple of practices, does that impact, like if he's back Saturday and Sunday, can he still play?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're counting on him to do that. He's been connected with us with his iPad, going through the installs and all that. He left. He had a family emergency, so hearts and prayers are out to Raheem and his family.
From the standpoint of bringing up Mike Boone and Lonnie Johnson, you now have 2 other opportunities to bring guys up from the practice squad.
Yeah.
What are there groups that you feel like you need to manage through the practice squad just because of numbers?
Yeah, there are. I don't want to get into specifics of those people and who they are, but yeah, we have to treat those guys with that respect and make sure they understand the urgency of you're doing a lot of carded scout team periods, but you got to be locked in, and try to steal them a rep here and there, just so that you're developing. We believe in development, so we call those guys to be around us, to feel us, and to know like we're counting on you all to continue to grow with the team week by week.
Could Xavier get opportunities as a punt returner?
He's caught punts. He certainly would be available. I don't know if that's something we'd ask him to do full time, but he'd be ready to go. And David Moore has also returned punts as well in his past.
I know Charles Harris has a background with Todd. And,
Yeah.
He's been around the league for a while, but he wasn't in camp this summer, and he just got here this week.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can give him like a traditional workload?
He looked great. So, he was physical at the line of scrimmage. He's got cool pass rush tools, a lot of juice, added a lot of good energy, to the group, the professionalism that he has from being around in the league. So he's got a lot of things that bode in his favor, and he handled the workload this week. And, I don't know what his role in a full capacity would be like, but he certainly looked great this week.
And looking at the defensive line, obviously a tough loss, losing Derek for the year. But
Yeah.
how have you seen that unit respond over the course of this week to get ready for Sunday?
Huge response, right? So just the mentality of the Chargers and the way they want to play football. Our guys were up for the challenge in terms of being dialed into the run game, being disciplined with their fits. And they take a lot of pride in that group. So I'm excited to see those guys help us out.
I know you don't want to give away game plans, but scheme-wise, we able to have to adjust a lot without Derek in there?
We got to play our defense. We got to play our calls, and we got to get really good at those calls, the discipline of what it requires to do that. So are there wrinkles? Yeah, sure. But, we got to just continue to improve in our fundamentals, the technique, footwork, hand placement, assignment football, all those things all across our team. So, again, it's just take one more step in that regard.
Back on Charles, do you think he will have a role or some role Sunday?
He could.
When you look at this, Bryce and his overall growth, just going from the performance on Sunday, how have you seen him just mentally respond? And what was your main challenge to him this week?
Consistency, that's what's valuable to him. I love that about him. And he just came and put it together another solid week. We had a great week going into New Orleans, another great week that we just finished on our Friday. So really excited about Bryce, really excited about the group, just taking the challenge, right? Just taking that next step to making sure that our football is right. So the guys all across the board, the guys had the right mentality to address the challenge and go for it.
Anything you saw from Bryce specifically this week, Dave, that made you feel like, okay, he's, moved on, or just anything about specific to this week?
He just looked like him. He worked hard. He was dialed in. He was focused. All the same things, the consistency we talked about.
Dave, there are some injuries that reverberate across the league.
Yeah.
As a quarterback guy, I'm curious
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on Tua's injuries last night?
My heart just breaks for the guy, and really for that team, just understanding, how much work they've put in together over these last couple years to build what they've built, and I think about that, and it's an inspiration to me to build something that you're proud of, to build an offense, that's dangerous, and the way that they attack things, the way, Mike has, really brought that group together. And when you see them play, they enjoy playing together. So I definitely felt that, just as a head coach and feeling just the whole vibe. But again, these are the challenges that we're faced with, and across the league, things like this happen. And how do you respond from adversity? How do you respond from these? And I think that they've built the right culture of that family environment, and by the way that I can see just from the outside how they care about each other and how they play together. So huge loss for sure, for them. But again, another opportunity, for them to take the next step with the full group that are all counting on each other.
Thoughts on your first regular season home game here in Bank of America?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited to just take that next step as a group, and really for the whole organization and for our fan base, for the Panthers, just can we be 1 week better, and to be able to come in here, to play at home, to go through our home routines, which we're going to see this over and over this season, so just a lot of excitement, excited to have, my family and, all of them be a part of this process.
Week of that family, coming in for the game?
I'm not sure exactly who's all coming in. I've kind of had my head in the, in the playbook in practice right now, but certainly Lizzie and the kids are really excited about the home game.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.